The ancient ramin dates from 1496 and is located in Wotton-under-Edge, a market town within the district of Gloucestershire. Once owned by John Humphreys, who claimed he was attacked by a demon within the premises. Hi, we're here at the Ancient Ramin. We've arrived maybe about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We've been on the outside of the building, taking photographs and video. We've now come inside, we're setting the cameras up, and we're going to go do some baseline readings.
Yeah, just got here, just got set up. How long were we travelling in the end? About
Just 4 hours.
4 hours? Yeah, it's not bad.
We didn't stop this time, did we, sir?
Yeah. No, it was a good journey down. It's a good journey down. So, yeah, we've got set up, we've got all the equipment out and ready, and yeah, let's go do some baseline readings.
That's just to detect, obviously, all these live wires in the rooms we're going round.
Yes.
So we're just in the kitchen, which is base camp at the minute. And we're taking notes.
Right, okay. Obviously, the PowerPoints are given off. Let's see what it reads on the millimetre. So we've got electric. There's nothing in milligauss.
Well, the tri-field meters are actually a lot stronger, aren't they?
They're a lot more sensitive, yeah.
So we've got pretty much every live socket, like the plug sockets in here, pretty much maxing the tri-field meters out. What was the temperature, sorry, in here?
17.7 degrees C.
That's in the kitchen.
Well, we've got what looks like the computer tower. Negligible off this is the camera night vision unit.
Yeah, what's the temperature in here, Tony?
Temperature in here is 18.2.
18.2.
We've not even got 1 milligauss coming off these electrics and these junction boxes, which is good. I mean, when they say what level is safe, do you know what they say? Anything below 1 milligauss, and that's the standard thing. So it's, we're just topping one there. That's just so we know where we got the hot spots in this place. Nothing off that cabinet whatsoever. That's absolutely negligible.
So we're in the bar here, just doing a quick sweep of EMF. Using a tri-field and a millimeter. We're also taking the temperature.
17.5 degrees in here. It's come down slightly.
17.5. I mean, it is all bare brick in here, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing really to test in here. There's got more electrics. Just 0.2, 0.3, just negligible. So no, no whopping great fields.
What is it? 17 point what degrees?
17.6 degrees. Yeah, again, negligible. Hello, Mr. Humphreys.
That's John himself.
.7, they're pretty consistent, to be honest.
17.7 degrees. So that's coming off a junction box, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to be expected. We've got a minor field coming off all this electric junction box, but the millimeter isn't picking anything up. Oh, hang on, yeah, here we are. Yeah.
The tri-field's picking up an electric. Yeah. And that's at the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah, I've got about a reading of 1 milligauss around about 6 inches away, around about half a foot away. It's just, as I say, it's to be expected, isn't it? This is the garage or the barn.
The garage or the barn. What sort of temp is it, Tony?
It is 17.8. And we've got a baseline reading in here on the tri-field meter of 0.2, 0.3 milligauss, and that's constant. .4, 0.5, do you know, I think it's that big old light unit.
You think the chandelier is giving off a high EM field?
Yeah.
Higher than the rest?
Yeah. I think it really is. 0.5, 0.6. 0.3, 0.4.
What was you saying? The readings are going up?
Well, we're getting a higher milligauss reading here than I was when I was registering the sockets in there. It's just in the middle of nowhere.
There's an electric field above our heads. What could be giving that out? Because that's on electric.
Yeah, I don't know, but it goes up the higher you put this meter, the higher the field is. And I can't really...
Are we looking for wires in the rafters then? Obviously that chandelier is belting out some high EMF.
Yeah, but is it? Because it's doing it here as well.
Oh, what's on the floor?
That's,
we soon realised this whole room is surrounded by cables and CCTV wiring.
It goes into there, into that junction there.
And is he out under these boards? We don't know, do we?
No, I don't know. But I don't think, it just seems to be consistent, that's all. So as long as we just mark it down as like a consistently, kind of like you call it a high reading, for no apparent reason, really.
I mean, we've got the cameras, the CCTV, which is in the corner just above Tony's head there, with wires going around the room.
Hey, dude.
We've got a wire here. We start questioning everything because something is setting the meter off.
Do
04.
you see that fluctuation? There you go. 1, 2, 1, 2.
It could be our microphones.
No, it's not.
Is it? Well, we can do some more research when we investigate this area. We've documented it, that it's picking up a strange fluctuating field on AC. So we're looking at something man-made. What's causing that? There's cables all the way around the walls.
Just waiting for it to do it again.
Is it?
There you go.
Look, watch my microphone. Is it when I'm doing this?
No.
It did
1, 2, 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 1, 2. No. I don't know.
Tony, just hold it back up and can you say 1, 2, 3?
I have. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Mon Dieu. 1, 2, 3. It's not the microphones, dude.
I had to question the microphones again as something is triggering this tri-field.
Millimeter's not registering anything.
Anyway, we can come back to it.
Yeah.
Because we'll have to document the rest.
Oh, were you filming then?
No, I was ready to go up the stairs. So I was just ready to go up the stairs and there was a knock on these barrels behind me and the camera wasn't on. Can you knock again, please? It's affecting the tri-field. If that's you, can you make it go all the way to the end so it makes a real loud noise?
One of those spikes was over 3 milligauss.
Church bells going off in the distance. Yet again, I question the microphones. 0.05, 2.1. Is it when we're talking on these mics every so often?
No.
We've never had this before. This is what it was doing in that room there.
.6.
So it was doing it when we wasn't even talking. So it can't be the mic.
0.5. 3.5. What is that? See, there isn't even any pattern to it. Right. So it's away from my influence now. Let's see if it still does it.
Yeah. Could there be any kind of electrical surge going through this cabling because it's an old building?
Yeah, I mean, electricity.
Bad wiring.
It shouldn't surge like that. If it was, the lights would be pulsing and everything.
Went to 11 then. It looked like 11 unless it was 1.1.
Why has this just suddenly started acting up? Shall we see if it does it back in there? Because it was doing exactly what it should have done in there.
It's the same pattern. Goes 1, 1, 2.
I'm just going to get the other tri-field just to see if it's not the meter.
Let me just move it away from the mil meter. So it's not the mil meter doing it, making it go off.
Right.
They won't trigger each other off, will they?
No.
Both at 0.1. We had asked Phil from UK Paranormal Search to join us on our investigation. So this is Phil from UK Paranormal Search, and Phil has been here about 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, I've been here about 5, 6 times. I came by myself once, walked the whole building, total darkness, nothing really happened. There was a couple of little moments of maybe what was that, what was this. Came back with my friend John, nothing really happened. And then we came back the 3rd time and something actually happened to me, which doesn't usually happen to me in investigations, and it did question my beliefs maybe. And it'd be interesting to see what you say, Mark, when I actually explain to you exactly what happened to me and John.
We've been doing some baselining as we're going round. We'll baseline, but you can show us where or what happened.
Yeah, definitely.
And we can come back and investigate after the baseline.
Yep.
We're just doing EMF and temperature rather than static and sound as well.
Yeah.
But
The sound of one would be interesting, isn't it?
yeah.
If we're getting these kind of readings in this room, it's no wonder that people think it's the most haunted in here.
Yeah. So actually showed me a picture. I don't know which chair it was. Whether it was kosher or not, I don't know, but she took a picture of the chairs and she said, that's the bishop in the chair. And it was a perfect picture of somebody. A perfect picture. Now whether it was, she'd made it up, no reason for her to make it up. She'd even copyrighted the photograph what she'd taken. So nobody got it. And it was like a real clear picture of somebody sat in. Don't know which chair it was taken in, but it was taken in one of these chairs. Just by a mobile phone. but it looked like a person. You know, it wasn't just a bit of mist, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a proper person.
Wow. No one she copyrighted it.
So this is a room to check. This, the barn. We'll come back to the rooms. What are high EMF and what have you, fluctuations.
Yeah, we'll check up there. There isn't a communication tower around here, is there? I didn't see one on the way in. I just don't know why. Why we would have these readings here.
Could you put it closer to the floor? See what the floor's doing.
We've got 3 up in that area, just up above the bed. A steady 1.3 there.
We had a temperature jump of 2 degrees. Is that because we're stood in here, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably something in that wall.
Yeah, it is. It's an electrical conduit up here somewhere that we're reading voltage now.
Yeah, it's not fluctuating like it was downstairs, is it? It's constant.
Yeah, it's nice and steady.
See, that would that be high enough that for people to feel sense of presence, and is that a high enough reading for somebody to feel sense of presence, being touched, everything else?
Say, someone once asked the question in one of these forums, and they said, what's a safe level of milligauss to have in your home? If you got a meter, if you're registering, what's a safe level? And they said anything below 1 milligauss is the generally accepted safe level. I mean, high enough milligauss readings. It's just annoying me a little bit. Let's just turn it off. High enough milligauss readings. That magnetic field, they do say, is enough to cause feelings of uncomfortableness and like paranoia, feelings like you're being watched, stuff like that. So I'm kind of not surprised when you said that they say this is the most haunted room because it's the one with the highest. There could be a correlation. We're not saying there is, but we're just saying there could be. That's interesting. Yeah.
So that could be the other side of that other room then, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Going across.
I'm just wondering where the high readings are here though, because there aren't any particularly high readings here on this side. It's a bit weird.
Can I ask your opinion now? So basically what it was, and it's something I don't usually do, we locked off the camera here, just on this corner. I was stood about here, John was at the side of me, here, and we were literally talking to the camera, and you'll see us on the video as we were talking, and we both went at exactly the same time. We both went, and we just looked at each other and said, did you see that? And across this wall mark here, across here, a black shadow, I'd say about this height, moved right across this wall, really slowly. I was so cheesed off because I thought if the camera's there, it's picked it up. And I was so picked off because the camera didn't pick it up, it just didn't. But we both saw it go across here. Now, the only logical explanation I can come out with, there's a window here, Mark.
Yeah.
Now, there's no road, as you know, but right back, there are some houses. Now, do you honestly think it could have been a security light going on, or a car going into a driveway that caused that shadow? That's the only explanation that I can come out with of what we both saw that night.
So did you have the curtains open?
The curtains were open just as they are now. But that's the only logical explanation I can think of.
Yeah.
Was it something to do with them houses that are set right back? Was it something to do with that? I honestly don't know. But we didn't see any light. It was just the shadow that we saw. We didn't see any light that went around the room. It was just this shadow. But I was watching a documentary at work last night, and Caroline, who's obviously John's daughter that used to live here, and she said when she was a child up in the attic, She says she often saw a black shadow that used to move around the inn, and it was the height of a child.
The shadow will become relevant later on. Yeah, I mean, you've got to look what's casting a shadow. If there's light coming through, you've got the lampshade, but I've just noticed behind you as well, there's a mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
So could it have been that? And we don't know, do we? Unless we
No,
was there.
there's only the two of us in the building.
Yeah.
There's nobody else here. As I say, we locked it off. We were just talking. The camera was on a tripod here. We were just talking, and then this shadow just went so slowly across that wall, and it was the height of a child.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But that's the only logical explanation I can come out with, to be fair.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I'm pretty sceptical, as you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one for making things up. I've been here so many times, but this happening, it's gone in a matter of seconds.
we continue baseline readings in the loft.
So here we're at 3.5 milligauss.
So that wire's directly above your head, under this beam. Can you see it?
Yeah, the wire's there. It only goes right down across here. That side of this back of this beam here.
Right, I see.
Sounds like one of them mosquitoes that keep you awake
Yeah,
at
it
night.
does. That keeps you awake at night.
And every time you put a light on to squat it, you can't find it.
Yeah.
That's high, isn't it?
I don't know why we should be getting such high readings in here.
We set up a few experiments around the building. This is a small Van de Graaff generator. It produces a static charge. The can on the top will produce a spark if touched. This was our attempt to charge the room with static. I also set up a small plasma generator in the form of a Tesla coil in the attic space. This was in a hope to charge the attic space with positive ions. We often get battery drains at alleged haunted locations. So one of our theories is to put positive ions in the air, and maybe this could help manifest any kind of spiritual energy. I also set up a device we call the vortex. Now in the vortex it has a neodymium magnet, what is spun at high velocity, and this produces a very large EM field. Just another theory that spirit energy may need this type of field to manifest. After the room is charged, we attempt to capture some EVPs.
So if there's anybody here in spirit, would you like to approach?
You asked certain questions. There was 2 knocks, and we've had knocks in here before.
Right.
Is there anybody, you said something like, is there anybody that would like to speak? And there was a tap, like a knock.
Let's just get this.
And that's why I was just asking if it was your chair.
No, you're probably right, actually. Let's just get this in a position where it won't make a noise. If there's anybody here in spirit with us tonight, would you like to approach and say hello? Would you like to come forward and tell us your name? Because we're very interested in who you are. If there's anybody here in spirit with us tonight, would you like to approach and say hello? Would you like to come forward and tell us your name? Because we're very interested in who you are.
We record for about 40 minutes and capture no EVPs. I moved to the other side of the room and lay on a bed.
You've left the camera there. Could you make the crow move? Could you spin the crow?
This is the crow that Phil is referring to. It is downstairs, hanging from the ceiling. It is a stuffed crow. At no point does this crow move. This is being viewed on a locked off camera. It's worth talking about the shadow thing here now. Above Phil's head will appear 2 shadows.
children in spirit here, if there are any children in spirit here tonight, there's no reason to be afraid of us. We are your friends. We've come here to meet with you.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm watching through infrared night vision. There's a shadow moved and it's gone.
As soon as you mentioned children, Mark.
It was above you, Phil,
Me.
on the beam. Tony, was you moving in front of any kind of light?
No,
Tony's not moved.
There's a camera in the corner what's got an infrared light on.
there is. I can see it.
Did you move in front of that at all, Tony, by raising a hand or anything?
No, neither of us have moved, mate.
Right, I'm going to stop this.
Mark,
Yeah,
just before you switch that off, I don't know if it's psychological now because you said that, but I've gone quite cold. You know what? Whether it's psychological, I don't know because you said there's a shadow near me, but I'm getting now a draft that is around the top of my legs and backside, to be honest. That's where I'm sat down.
you see, just to rule something out, your hand, Phil,
Yeah.
what you just kind of move, can you just move it again so I can see where the shadow... So you're casting a shadow on the floor. This shadow was above you on the beams, as if somebody was stood there and it moved.
I did drink my coffee, it's not that.
No, both your hands are showing a shadow on the floor.
Right.
This was actually above you. I could stop this, and
So
I think
Can I confirm, was that as soon as Mark mentioned, Tony mentioned children?
more or less, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird because nothing's mentioned about children, and twice I've talked about children in this place, and something has happened.
Tony, can you wave a hand or something? Right, there's a shadow above him. Was you doing anything like that?
It wasn't, was it?
No.
Because the shadow is casting above Phil now
Tony's not moving.
when you moved your hand.
Oh.
Let's play that section again in slow motion and watch where the shadows start and disappear. So as we're looking at it now, the shadow seems to come from where Tony is sat. It goes on the ceiling and it goes back kind of towards where Tony is sat. At PSI we do like to get to the bottom of things. We asked Tony to repeat hand movements. Tony, can you wave a hand or something? Right, there's a shadow above him. Was you doing anything like that?
It wasn't, was it?
No.
Because the shadow is casting above Phil now
Tony's not moving.
when you moved your hand.
Oh.
Are you sure he didn't move the first time?
Tony.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Even though Tony says he did not move while he was asking this question, we cannot rule that out that Tony unknowingly moved. This has to remain not paranormal. After this had happened, we immediately took some digital still photographs of the attic area. In two of the photographs we could actually see faces. This is just an example of pareidolia. Just to give you an example, from childhood we recognise our parents' face from 3 months old. Our brain is trained from an early age so we know who to go to when we're hungry. This is just one example why we see faces in clouds or on brickwork or in the trees. We decided to split up. All 3 of us took a different level in the building. I decided to stay in the attic space as I was very intrigued with what was going on. I reached for the thermal camera. It is pitch black, don't forget. I am using night vision to see what I am doing. because I was just laid there. What you're looking at now on the thermal imager screen is the heat signature, what my body left when I was laid on the bed. I'm actually pointing the thermal imager at an empty bed. This is the empty bed, what you've just been looking at through the thermal imager. I stayed in this room for about 40 minutes. I didn't pick any unusual things up on the cameras or sound recorders. Hello? I started to make my way down from the attic space to the first floor. We was meeting on the landing area. We were trying to capture the image of a shadow what Phil had explained to us earlier.
Is there anybody here with us in spirit tonight? If there is, you can let us know by banging on the wall, by making a sound, by speaking to us, by touching one of us. Could you do that for us, please? Is there anybody here with us in spirit tonight? If there is, you can let us know by banging on the wall, by making a sound, by speaking to us, by touching one of us. Could you do that for us, please? Can you come forward? Can you come forward tonight and speak to us? If you speak to us through this device that I'm holding in my hand, if you speak into this device, we will hear your voice. If you could approach us and say hello, you can even tell us if you're happy that we're here. Can you come forward? Can you come forward tonight and speak to us? If you speak to us through this device that I'm holding in my hand, if you speak into this device, we will hear your voice. If you could approach us and say hello, you can even tell us if you're happy that we're here.
We carried on this experiment for 30 to 40 minutes. Unfortunately, we did not capture any EVPs.
When you was here last, just locked the camera off. More or less where you are now.
Yeah.
I locked the camera off on the tripod, which I don't usually do. And then me and John were just stood here, actually talking to the camera, which where you are now. And then, as I say, when we looked, we just both went like that, and both looked to the right hand side because we both saw that shadow that it was about this high. It just went. It covered this whole wall in black.
Yeah.
And went past. It was weird. One of the best things I've witnessed, to be honest.
Phil's experience was one of those few experiences in life where you wish you was recording on a camera. Unfortunately, it wasn't captured on camera, and on the evening we didn't capture it either. We set up a device we call the Meteorite. It is a home-built ghost box. It has a meteorite in the base of the antenna. Come and speak to us, please. We placed the meteorite ghost box in front of the mirror because people have alleged to see faces in this mirror. Can you make a noise? Can you knock on something or speak through this device? Is there anyone there that would like to tell me what their name is, please? Again, we sat doing this experiment for 30 to 40 minutes and we had no intelligent voice responses through this ghost box. We continued our investigation into the early hours of the morning. We'd like to say thank you to you guys for watching. Thank you to Phil from UK Paranormal Search.